Hello Sue, I'm making this video just for you. Thought you'd like to see my little oriental garden here, which is lovely in the morning light. The bamboos are gorgeous at the moment with the light shining through, and lots of Japanese plants and little fat Buddhas, which is rather fun. This is a greenhouse that didn't have any wardrobes, but I ordered the greenhouse and got that in first. Lots of exotics in here waiting for the frosts to pass. We're still getting quite a few at the moment, and some tulips I've planted here. Everything on this rear terrace at the back of the garden, the back of the house, is all planted in agricultural planters. Photinia hedge, breakfast place, lots of lovely trees and views out to the hills. And on the right hand side here, hydrangeas, including beautiful Annabelle and lots of paniculata types. So we've got this sort of secluded space out the back, but most of the garden is to the front, which is where we'll go now. So I'm coming round across the side of the house. We're going in through the back door, over across the hallway. Birthday cards on the right, Martin's birthday this week, another one. And we go straight across the hallway to the front door, and we go out through into the front of the garden. Large sort of patio, oops, just knocked something, patio here going into the sunlight, so you might not see very much. And round here is my auricular collection, which I love, and lots of succulents and things, and that's my potting shed. And then we come round side of the garden here. There was nothing here when we moved in, apart from a bit of lavender, which you can now see in the picture, and we made a hole through it to get to the garden because you couldn't even get to the garden. And on this wall here we planted lots of slightly tender shrubs, including a lovely housewarming present there from some friends, which is called Silk Road. It's an indigofera and an olive, which is surviving the Shropshire winters at the moment. And we come across here, as you can see, you may remember our monolith from the old garden. We managed to get it here. We're probably a couple of weeks behind you in time terms, because we're probably about 700-800 feet up here, so it does make a difference to the spring. But we've had a very mild wet winter, probably like yourself, and we've created all these different borders with lots of different interest going on. Herbaceous, mainly autumn, but lots of hellebores and things, tulips, which are mostly over. Some are hanging on. This lovely dark one called Ian, which is a favourite. A very dry border here with lots of lavender and cistus, and beyond it the gravel garden, which we'll come back to because the irises are looking lovely at the moment. And then we come around here. We left grass. We left grass paths, but we got rid of the lawn, so no lawn mowing. And we come up here through another border to the bird bath and the arbour, which is here, which has got Rosa Malvern Hills in it, which is a lovely little miniature creamy yellow, which is rather lovely. And here we've got another, this is more of a real summer herbaceous border, this one, but with some grasses as well. This is Cephalaria gigantica, which is very gigantica in this garden. Grows to about 8 feet tall. Beautiful scabious flowers on it. Oh, the bird bath's empty. Need to fill that up. Not much rain this week again. And Spicecarpus, and lots of grasses and wildflowers, Veronicastrums and things like that in here. These woven fences I made myself last winter because it's a very windy spot, and it's just helped to, coming down the step, break the wind up. So I've grown several clematis through it. This one here you can see is called Octopus, which is rather lovely. And swinging round here, you see across the garden, and the beauty of it is it's all on one level now, whereas before it was all different levels and lots of slopes and things, which was all a bit of a nightmare to look after. This is the wild garden. Dandelions have taken over, but we've had lots of bulbs, fritillaries, snake's head fritillaries, and alliums, and that clematis is wilsonii on the back there, which is scrambling up Martin's new fence, and we'll cover that soon, I expect. We had a walnut tree here, which was on the ground, and we managed to get it upright. And the only other thing that was actually in the garden were some scabby old apple trees that have been planted along the base here and block the view, and about a 10-foot holly hedge. So we took the holly hedge right down, took the apple trees out, and you can see the view down the valley. The only other thing that was in the garden, which is actually next door, but it's a beech hedge which runs the whole length of the garden, which is a really good foil. Gives you a bit of a sweeping view here back to the house. Here we are. And then back round this way we've got the shrubbery. And we replanted, because we took trees out, we planted trees over the other side, which I'll show you in a minute. This has been lovely. You see the birds on the feeders there. This is our pond. Really, we only started the garden really 2 years ago, really. We moved here 3 years ago this month, and we managed the first year to get shrubs and roses in, and then the garden was under 6 feet of snow until the following April. So really most of the herbaceous planting didn't start until April 2018. So this is really only 2 years, but everything has come on with lots of manuring and lots of mulching. Down this end is the bog garden, which I really love. It's got a wonderful Sibirica iris, which is about to come out at the moment, and lots of lithrums, which come out later. And the Camasias have been lovely. There's a bit of a wild bit down there with a hedgehog house down the bottom there as well. So as you can see, there's plenty to keep me busy. More woven fencing here, which I did last winter, which has really helped to break the wind up and give something to climb up against. With the walking back now down towards the house now, the shrubs, which again probably just been in 2.5, really 3ish, because we planted these first to get them going. And there's a lovely purple elder there, and round the front, which we will go in a minute, there's the garage, there's the car. There's a lovely hexacorda. We're walking here towards the dry garden, which is living up to its name at the moment. And across here is the gravel garden, which we created from, there was a very wide drive which we didn't need. And so at the moment, lots of irises coming up, and lots of saxifrages and helianthemums and things like that. And lots of lovely little alpine munchy things. Plants waiting to go in, including I've just bought another tree, but I'm not sure when I'm going to put it, but I wanted it anyway, so who knows. Here we are, there's more of the shrubbery here, and coming down we put in a slope up to the garden, thinking about our old age, and getting up there with the lawnmower and the wheelbarrow made life a bit easier. And here we are, and this is Buddleia alternifolia, which is just about to come out to flower, which is absolutely gorgeous, smells of honey, one of my favourites. And this is Hexacorda macrantha the bride, and just moving down to the front gate, across towards the field beyond. Clematis here growing up through another of my woven panels. So we come round, back round this way. I'm going to keep an eye on the time because I made it too long. I did one for you yesterday and couldn't do anything with it because it was too long. Anyway, these are trees we've planted here and wildflowers, and underneath is mass planted with Narcissus ice follies, the white daffodil. And these are all a perennial wildflower mix for shade, and they take 2 years to establish, and this is its 2nd year, so very hopeful this is going to be a bit of a hit across here. This little tree is called a carragina, which is like a laburnum. That's in flower at the moment. And then there's a little weeping cherry, and there's also a cercis, which seems to take ages to come out. Everyone's told me that's what they do. This is taking a long time. And then up here, another buddly alternifolia and a weeping crabapple. Mr. Owl in there as well. So there we are. Here's Clyde. Oh, not Clyde. Look at me. This is Clark walking towards us. Come to say hello. Lewis's brother is still ruling the roost. There he is. And there we are. And there's a view of the house and the car. The Mazda's in here. Can't show you that. Anyway, I shall endeavour now to send this to you, and it gives you an idea of our new home, and hopefully you'll be able to come and see us soon. Take care. Bye bye.